Now, let me tell you, I almost didn't get that job. The history is I went for an interview, and remember Martinez? Is it Angie Martinez?
I don't
She
remember.
lived. Oh, you weren't here. She was well known at the time. She was the supervisor by that time. She was a counselor and then became the supervisor, and she interviewed me. And I know when I speak, I'm very quiet, gentle. I'm not pushy. I don't think I am. At least I haven't been. My family tells me I'm pushy, but I've never heard from others that I'm pushy. But anyways, Angie said, Consuelo, years after we became friends, and she said, Consuelo, I almost didn't decide on you because you were so soft and gentle. I didn't think you had the strength that you needed. She says, but I discovered that you did. It just was my way. It's part of my personality. So I got the job as a counselor at La Casa, and I could feel already the urge within me to work for peace and justice. I remember there was a fellow that was a counselor, and I thought he was an excellent counselor, and he was being dismissed for some reason, and we became very close. And I said, come on, we've got to get all the documents. I hope.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, I said, you have to document everything. And he says he has it all written down. So we wrote a letter, and he didn't speak English very well either. And I think that's probably why I helped. And he wasn't dismissed because he could prove his case, whatever it was. But I could feel already the Lord drawing me toward
defending, helping
speaking
those
for those that can't speak or don't speak.
Exactly.
I think that's what we do.
That's what social workers.
We speak for those that can't or don't.
We're the voice for those who don't yet have a voice.
Yeah. When he closed, and we contacted somebody. I don't remember what. I didn't. The others, they were savvier than I, and they contacted the board members, whoever was the director or the president, and they didn't know it had been closed. He hadn't consulted them, so they were convinced of what we had said, because that was abnormal.
Right, and they probably had a cant already.
Yeah, and so when the whoever it was, I don't remember who it was, said, let's go meet at so-and-so's house. Can you come, sister? And I said, yeah, heavens. So we went there. They must have talked about it prior to deciding to have the meeting, because when we got there and talked about what had happened, then they said, sister, would you, if we called the board up and asked them to open the agency, would you be the director?
The Lord asks a lot from you.
Oh, Lord. And I said, well, if you agree to work with me, and at the time, our congregation were going through changes as up in administration. They were beginning to do group work. And I liked the teamwork, you had the leaders up here, but they were always consulting and asking questions and telling us to go into groups and develop and then send to them. And I liked that. And so that's where I got trained then I said, okay, but you have to work with me. Otherwise, no. So they agreed to work with me, and they did.
And I remember that you were the first agency to work with like Ford Motor Company, because they had substance abuse back then like they do now on the line, and they had asked you to go and meet with people there, and I don't know how you got a hold of me or you learned of me and you asked me to come and meet with you, and you asked me to come and do some of that work. She's hard to say no to. And that's how I met you.
Is that right? See,
Yes.
I don't remember all those details. For some reason, I don't remember details. I remember the punchline. But
Well,
that was important.
because nobody had done that outreach to the corporations at that time, and that opened up a whole door for other people to go in and provide services that were related to cultural competence.
Well, you probably, when I contacted you, you probably did the rest.
I ran with it. Yes,
you ran with it. Yes.